Let's be real for a second. Most men are killing their chances with women and they don't even realize it, not because they're bad guys, not because they don't have potential, but because they've been programmed to believe that doing more for a woman automatically earns her love. They think chasing harder, giving more, being overly available, and proving their worth will make her fall. It doesn't. In fact, it often does the exact opposite. It pushes her away. See, attraction is not about how nice you are. It's not about how much you do. It's about how a woman feels when she's around you. And certain behaviors, even if they seem harmless, instantly kill those feelings. They drain the mystery, the challenge, the spark. They make you seem weak, needy, or too eager. And once that happens, it's over. She may still talk to you, but the excitement is gone. The chase is over. The attraction is dead. Now here's what most men don't understand. Women are emotional creatures. They respond to confidence, leadership, boundaries, and energy, not begging, over-explaining, or seeking validation. And in today's world where options are endless, if you're doing the wrong things, she won't tell you. She'll just go cold, stop replying, or slowly fade out. This video is your wake-up call. We're going to break down 7 deadly mistakes men make with women that kill attraction instantly. I'm talking real straight to the point insights that will make you rethink how you deal with women and give you the tools to flip the dynamic in your favor. This isn't about playing games, it's about owning your power. So if you're ready to stop losing women for reasons you can't explain, lock in. This will change the way you move forever. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. Don't overpursue. 1. Don't overpursue. Nothing kills a woman's attraction faster than a man who won't stop chasing. You might think you're showing interest. You might believe being consistent and persistent is a sign of strength, but in her eyes it can start to look like desperation. And once she senses desperation, the game changes, the power shifts, and you lose your edge. A woman wants to feel that she's earned your attention, not that you're handing it out like a free sample. When a man overpurs, he's essentially telling her, "You're more valuable than me. I need to prove myself to you." That energy is repelling, not attractive. It makes her feel smothered, overwhelmed, or even bored. Think about it. If she knows she can have you at any moment, there's no thrill, no tension, no curiosity. And without those things, attraction fades. A high-value man knows how to initiate and show interest, but then he gives space. He allows her to meet him halfway. He doesn't flood her with text, double text when she doesn't reply, or keep asking her out after she's canceled 3 times. Instead, he reads the room. He watches her energy. If it's not mutual, he steps back, not out of weakness, but out of self-respect. Most men overpursue because they're scared of losing her, but ironically, it's the chase itself that turns her off. She doesn't want to feel like she's being hunted. She wants to feel like she's discovering a man who's focused on his life, and she just happens to be a part of it, not the center of it. Here's a simple truth: if you have to chase too hard, she's not that interested, and the harder you chase, the less interested she'll become. Let your effort match her investment. When she pulls back, let her. If she wants you, she'll make it known. If not, you keep moving like a man who values his time. In the early stages of dating, your job is to present yourself, not to push yourself. Make your presence felt, then pull your energy back and let her lean in. If she doesn't, she was never really in it. The man who knows when to stop chasing is the one who always keeps a woman wondering. Chase her too much and she'll run. Show her you can walk away, and that's when she might just come running back. Don't try to impress her too much. Don't try to impress her too much. One of the fastest ways to lose a woman's interest is by trying too hard to impress her. Most men fall into this trap without even realizing it. They think if they just show her how successful they are, how many things they own, or how generous they can be, she'll feel something for them. But in truth, trying too hard to impress a woman sends one very clear message: you don't believe you're enough. As you are, think about it. A man who walks into a date and starts listing his achievements, bragging about his income, name-dropping important people he knows, or exaggerating his past, is not displaying confidence. He's displaying insecurity, dressed up as value, and women pick up on that. They may smile, nod, even engage with it, but deep down it doesn't spark true attraction. It builds pressure and awkwardness. What most men don't realize is this: women are impressed by who you are. When you're not trying to impress them, it's your calmness, your self-assuredness, your presence, and how comfortable you are in your own skin that draws them, and not your resume, not your car, not your flashy watch, or how many vacations you've taken. Those things are cool, but they're accessories. They're not the core. When a man constantly tries To impress, he removes the space for her to qualify herself to him. And that's a problem, because the moment you're trying to win her over, she becomes the prize. And if she feels like you've already decided she's the prize, she has no reason to invest. You've already handed her all the power. Now she's the one evaluating you, and you're the one on trial. Instead, flip the frame. Be the man who shares what he wants, not just what he has. A man who knows he brings value doesn't parade it around. He lets it speak for itself. He doesn't need validation. He doesn't chase compliments. He's comfortable in silence, confident in simplicity, and uninterested in proving anything. Let her see your ambition, but don't beat her over the head with it. Let her notice your style, but don't obsess over it. Let her ask about your life. Instead of force-feeding it to her, the less you try, the more natural the connection will feel. And when she feels that calm, masculine energy, that's when the real attraction begins. If you're constantly putting on a show, she's watching, but she's not connecting. Drop the act, be real, be solid, and let her see that you are the prize without you ever having to say it. Don't make her your therapist. 3. Don't make her your therapist. A woman can be many things in your life: a partner, a lover, a teammate. But one thing she should never be is your emotional dumping ground. This is one of the most common yet destructive mistakes men make. Somewhere along the line, you start believing that opening up about every insecurity, every doubt, and every emotional wound is a sign of vulnerability that will bring her closer. But what ends up happening is very different. Instead of bonding with you, she starts seeing you as emotionally weak, and her attraction slowly fades. Now, let's be clear, emotional honesty isn't the problem. It's important to be real, but timing, context, and the way you present your emotions matter. When you constantly bring your problems to a woman, your anxiety, your pain, your frustrations about life, your failures, especially early in the relationship, it places a heavy emotional burden on her that she never signed up for. It puts her in a position where she feels like she has to fix you, not desire you. And once a woman starts feeling like your emotional caretaker, her romantic interest drops. You have to understand how women view strength. It's not about never having problems. It's about how you handle them. When she sees that you're working through challenges, that you've got a mission, a structure, or support from solid male friends or mentors, she respects you more. But when she sees that you need her to keep you together, she starts doubting your ability to lead, protect, or provide stability, all things that are deeply tied to feminine attraction. This doesn't mean you can't ever express feelings or talk about what's going on in your life, but those moments should come from a place of control, not collapse. When you talk about your struggles, it should be framed in a way that says, "I've been through this, I'm learning from it, I'm improving. Not I'm falling apart, and I need you to hold me together." Women admire resilience. They're drawn to a man who can carry weight, not one who becomes weight for them to carry. If you're dealing with emotional wounds, trauma, depression, or mental stress, that's real and it deserves attention. But go to your brothers, a therapist, a coach, or your own self-discipline first. Build a structure outside of her. Use her presence as support, not as your crutch. Because the moment she becomes your therapist, she stops seeing you as her man. And when that shift happens, intimacy suffers, the attraction breaks. She starts seeing you as someone she has to help, not someone she wants to surrender to. Remember this: a woman can handle your truth, but she can't hold your whole world on her back. Don't confuse dumping with depth. Be open, but be strong. That's the balance that keeps her respect and desire fully alive. Don't put her on a pedestal. Don't put her on a pedestal. Putting a woman on a pedestal is one of the most subtle but dangerous ways a man destroys his own value. It doesn't always look obvious. It's not always about bowing to her or showering her with compliments. Sometimes it's in the little things: constantly agreeing with her even when you don't, acting nervous around her, changing your plans just to accommodate hers, or praising her like she's some goddess and you're lucky she even looked in your direction. That mindset is poison, and she can sense it. When you treat a woman like she's above you, even unintentionally, you automatically place yourself beneath her. You create an uneven dynamic. You're no longer a man she's intrigued by. You become a fan and admirer, someone trying to earn a place in her world instead of standing strong in your own. And the second she feels that shift, her attraction begins to die. Women don't want to date someone who worships them. They want someone who challenges them, someone who sees their value, but also holds his own, someone who can admire her beauty without being blinded by it. If she's attractive, successful, confident, great, but that doesn't mean she's more valuable than you. It just means she has qualities, and guess what? So do you. The moment you start acting like she's better than you just because of her looks or status or charm, you teach her how to treat She starts taking you for granted. She knows you'll always be there, always agree, always be available, always say yes. And that predictability makes you boring. Women are drawn to men who have a sense of self, a man who doesn't fold just because she's pretty, a man who can look her in the eye and say, "You're amazing, but so am I." The pedestal mindset usually comes from a place of scarcity. Men who feel like they don't have many options tend to idolize the one woman who shows them attention. That energy is needy. It feels like pressure to her. It makes her feel like you're putting your entire happiness in her hands. That's not love, that's emotional dependence. And no woman wants that responsibility. You don't have to be arrogant or cold to avoid the pedestal trap. You just have to hold firm to the belief that you're the prize to your time, energy, attention. These things have value, and not everyone deserves access to them, including her. Let her earn you just as much as you're earning her. Don't hand over your worth just because she has a pretty face or a smooth voice. See her clearly, respect her, but never lose yourself in her. A woman wants to look up to you, not feel like you've bowed at her feet. Stay grounded, stay centered, and never forget confidence is quiet, and real men don't worship. They connect, they challenge, and they lead. Don't be too available. 5. Don't be too available. One of the fastest ways to make a woman lose interest is by being too available. It sounds backward, right? Society tells you that if you really like her, you should always pick up her calls, always respond to her texts instantly, always be ready to hang out when she wants. But what society doesn't tell you is that too much accessibility kills desire. Why? Because it removes all the challenge. It makes you predictable, and predictability kills curiosity. When you're always available, a woman starts to feel like your world revolves around her. At first, it might seem flattering. She might even respond well for a while, but over time she begins to realize you're not busy, you're not on a mission, you're not leading your own life. And once she senses that, her respect for you begins to drop. She stops seeing you as the man she has to earn and starts seeing you as the man who will always be there no matter what. That's not attractive, that's convenient. Think about it. If you're always texting her back within seconds, always jumping on every invite, always saying yes just to be near her, what message are you sending? That you have nothing going on, that you're waiting around for her, that your time is cheap. And once a woman believes your time is cheap, she stops valuing it. And she stops valuing you. A high-value man has a life. He has goals, hobbies, passions, routines, friends, and purpose. He's not sitting around hoping she hits him up. When she does call or text, he's glad to hear from her. But he's not always available. Sometimes he's busy, sometimes he responds later, sometimes he doesn't drop everything just to accommodate her schedule, not because he's playing games, but because his life is full. And that fullness is what makes him attractive. When a woman sees that your attention must be earned, she respects it more. She becomes more invested. She starts wondering what you're up to, where you are, why you didn't text back right away. And that tension, that little bit of uncertainty, it's powerful. It creates emotional pull. It activates her imagination. And suddenly you're not just another guy blowing up her phone. You're a man with mystery, a man she wants to be around. Now, don't confuse this with ignoring her or being cold. That's not the goal. You're not trying to play hard to get. You are hard to get because your life is filled with purpose. You're selective with your energy. You move with intention. And if she's going to be in your world, she has to fit into it, not be the center of it. So stop trying to prove your loyalty by always being on call. Be present when you're with her, but don't lose your edge trying to always be there. That edge is what keeps her attracted. That balance is what keeps her chasing.